Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much for joining us today at the event that will be dedicated to the discovering the potential of artificial intelligence, AI, in the backend development. My name is Veronica. I'm the content developer at the Replit Academy, and I also be your host today. I will take just a few minutes to remind you about the general structure of the event, which mainly consists of two parts. We shall start with the topic itself, and our today's speaker will present it to you. And then at the end of the event itself, we shall move to the Q&A session. That being said, we shall start with the questions that you wrote us beforehand in the registration form. And then if you will have any additional questions, we shall read them from the live chat. That being said again, I advise you and suggest and encourage you to write anything you are interested in, you want to ask, you want to maybe check one more time in the live chat during the webinar, but please remember that we shall go to them more to the end. Also, one more organizational question. Tell me, please, if everything is okay with the connection. Do you hear us? Do you see us? I don't know, put a plus, a thumbs up, something like that to the live chat, just to check if everything is correct. All good. Okay, that's great. Thank you. I don't have any more to say, being honest. So then I think I shall give the word to Alina to present herself and basically the topic. Alina, please.
Hello, everyone. So let me first of all, share my screen. And just let me know whether you can see that or not. So I'm sharing. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, all right, let me just start the slideshow from the very beginning. All right, so today we're going to talk about AI tools for the backend developers and like a kind of deep diving about them for the Python specifically. And first of all, let me just introduce myself. My name is Viktoria, and I'm a data scientist with a 4.5 years of experience in data science field. I worked in the financial domain. I also worked right now in the fashion retail industry. I have experience with successfully improving machine learning models, as well as development experience for data collection and preparation to the finished product. And my portfolio also include works with the classification and regression models, as well as deployment there into production environment. Yeah, let's continue. So our goals for today is to find out what is exactly AI and the role of our tools, AI tools in the developer workflow. We will learn a little bit about modern trends for today nowadays and successful cases of AI implementation. And also, of course, I hope you will get motivated and start using AI tools in your work so it can increase your efficiency and your productivity. Okay, so small agenda. We just first of all talk about what is AI, deep dive about chatbots that we have, compare them a little bit about ethical and legal consideration. Of course, we will talk about, and next steps is going to be about prompt engineering, coding with AI tools, different AI APIs, small part about documentation, and the most interesting, I think, for you will be how you can implement AI into your learning for every day. So from the practical experience myself as a data scientist, I have been working with the data, wrangling it, exploring that every day, and building the models and uncovering different insights. So of course, I have very, very good friends of mine. It's artificial intelligence tools, and they help me with and they became like my partners and helped me to streamline, my workflow, boost my productivity. And of course, I use ChatGPT or Bard for kind of like code generation or brainstorming or some kind of information retrieval. If I working with a new workflow or framework, I can't recall specific syntax. It's always like the first thing I will go to the ChatGPT or Bard and just explore some ideas about that. So it gave me the latest information about and vast amount, I think, a lot of amount of the latest data. And I think that, of course, I encounter a situation where it's kind of, for me as a quick refresher for a particular Python library, for example, or I've forgotten some function or a small part of maybe complex algorithms. So I go to ChatGPT or BART, and it's kind of like helping me with all of those. Yeah. Let's continue. So first of all, let's just understand in several words what is AI and how it can be connected with machine learning and data science. I can say that, AI, it is balance or draws between those two, like machine learning and data science. And it's like kind of really drawing upon both. And I think that, taking as an example, if you want to create some like a robot, this will be like definitely artificial intelligence robots. For example, we'll analyze which animal it sees and understand, is it a cat or is it a dog or something like that. So it's kind of really artificial intelligent system. So speaking about the data science in all of this, it's kind of like, it gives you a foundation of the both machine learning and AI by proving it's the necessarily data and for tools and for analysis. Speaking about machine learning, it's often used as a tool, specifically within the data science, to extract the insights and build predictive models, different algorithms, so something like that. And quickly in examples, imagine if you, for example, want to build like a classificator to understand whether this is a dog or a cat and what exactly the animal it is. In terms of the data science, you will be analyzing the data. You will be like, looking on the animals, noting their colors, observing either like what time of the day are they active, like you finding the informational patterns about those animals. Speaking about machine learning within all the same example, you will be like, for example, creating a magical prediction hat that whenever you wear it, it tells what animal it is. And you would do this with kind of algorithmic approaches, and you will build a model that help you to understand what an animal it is. And speaking about intelligent artificial intelligence within the same example again, it is going to be a kind of a robot, a friendly robot that uses this your magical prediction hat, and it will, at the street, it will meet one animal and understand, okay, that's a cat. I can interact as a robot with a cat like a catly way, so something like that. Or as a dog with a dog, the same way as dog interacts with a dog. So I think, yeah, that's the best explanation for all of that. Okay, speaking about the chatbots, definitely you all know about the BART, ChatGPT, and I think you also know about the Microsoft Copilot. So first of all, we need to understand that all three, they are a little bit different, but speaking about BART and ChatGPT, they differ a lot. So for example, I can say that they are all like, AI-powered tools that can like for you accomplish some tasks or some activities. For example, like just interact with you faster and help you to be just more efficient in your work. ChatGPT and comparing ChatGPT and BART, it's kind of different thing because it's first of all it was introduced by different companies, and they have for example, ChatGPT was developed by OpenAI, and it's built like on kind of things that called transformers, and BART is another thing which was introduced by Google company. They have different architectures. BART is specifically designed on Lambda model. This is how the Google called it. It was back in 2017. And speaking about ChatGPT, it is designed on, as I mentioned, GPT like kind of transformers. Yeah. So speaking about Microsoft Copilot, this is like the same thing as ChatGPT, but in a little bit, Microsoft added a little bit more intelligence to that. So they added a thing that called knowledge graphs. And I think that's made it also for them like kind of beneficial. Let's just use an example of the chatbot, yeah, and let's just ask about, so yeah, just ask it something like, okay, let's write the Python code, sort it out, and let's just compare. All right, so let's go to these three browsers. So as you can see, I actually made three different like browsers for ChatGPT, for BART, and also for for the Copilot. ChatGPT, you see this UI from here. The BART, you see this UI from here. And to go to the Microsoft Bing, you need to go to the Copilot. Okay, and one more thing. Let me just move it there. Copy some code. Not the code, but the text. And let's just ask. Okay, and see how well they will be doing. All right, so here is the first one. Let's ask. Oh, that's the Monica. I will tell about her a little bit later. Here it is. Write the message. Now to the BART, and now to the Copilot. Okay. Yeah, so first of all, we already see that they are all a little bit different because BART, it's until it's written, it won't review or give you the message. But let's see, all of them are providing the code. Let's see here, all of them saying about time complexity we asked. Yep, and here, let's see, so the noticeable thing is that it's actually saying that I'm searching for, so it looks like it's searching via the internet. That's also good for us. So that's one of the advantages of the Copilot. Next, it's generating an answer, and also it's kind of also doing the Python code. And one more thing, as you can see, it also gave you the links above here and a bit below. So, and also it gives you like kind of the same question. So that's what it came the, the graph, the knowledge graph. So it recommends for you kind of the same questions, whatever you can ask it or not. So maybe other users also asked the same question. So that's kind of interesting about this. And as you can see, the Copilot is also have kind of a limitation. 2 of 30 was used for today. So every day it is have only 30. And that's primarily because of the Microsoft had made some limitation, because Microsoft Bing is using ChatGPT 4.0, and we are using here 3.5. And we all know that 4.0 is actually the plus version, so this is a paid version. However, you can access it through Microsoft Bing only if you download, as you can see, browser of the Microsoft Edge, you can access that. And BART is actually sometimes also, providing it like a kind of the same learn more links, but it's not here. Maybe sometimes I also notice them. Yeah, so you can also see that they are a little bit different one from each other, but doing primarily the same thing. However, there are advantages or disadvantages for all of them. And I think whether you ask me what is the best right now, and I think we will take a look on the comparison table to visually see what is the difference. So from my personal opinion, I think that probably right now, ChatGPT is a little bit, 3.5 is a little bit losing because we already have like good versions of those BART and Copilot that already using Copilot, for example, use GPT-4. And BART is also like kind of all the time free, and you can use it, and it also can generate you good results. So I think that's probably speaking about whether I would like to choose probably like or Microsoft Copilot, because it also can be integrated into Microsoft 365 plans. And sometimes, yeah, I prefer Bard. If you look on the capabilities of them, or kind of strengths, you would notice that BART is mostly for the informative and comprehensive answers. And it really has a very big strength about that. It can give you very, very accurate answers. And what exactly it is accurate, it can search and it can be accurate. Whether ChatGPT is more like, for your creativity, your brainstorming, and etc. And I think that's what ChatGPT for. However, Microsoft Copilot has trends about deep generation into 365 apps, so it is good for the Microsoft that they did all of that, and yeah, that's awesome, I think. Speaking about weaknesses, you can see that like sometimes ChatGPT is like prone to biases and has lack of factual accuracy, and BART is like has a limited code generation skills. So I think, yeah, for code, I would rather be using maybe like a ChatGPT, and for like, informative questions and answers, I would like to use the BART. Yeah, speaking, even BART is free, so why not to use it? So yeah, that's very good as for me. Okay. Speaking about all of that, just do not forget about ethical and legal consideration. Yeah, because that's very, 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 and yeah, that's just important. Because when you write to such powerful tools as ChatGPT, you need to rely and respect at the same time your institution policy. You need to be familiar with your work policies on using AI tools. Please read any documentation that was provided by your institution. Maybe if you study at the same time at university, also about this. So stay informed about any updates, so it won't create you problems in the future. Always verify the chatbots. Don't trust them blindly. I know that you just don't need to accept ChatGPT's or Bard's answers as absolute truth. Always verify information that it was sent to you. Just double check or fast check. So like, you can treat AI generated content like any other research material. So just fast check or double check. So, and the third option, you can use always AI as inspiration. If your institution allows, use the output of the prompts on your own research, brainstorm new ideas, or explore alternative perspectives. So yeah, it can help you to be like kind of creative. Don't forget about GDPR's data regulation protections. So I think, yeah, also it can be supported in your organization. So data should be also treated the right way. Do not share like a kind of personal information or maybe some kind of a code snippets that are really restricted to be shared. So control everything that you send, protect your data, understand that it's just another website that you are actually pasting the data. So yeah, I think that's very important. And before we all dive deep into, we need to remember all this, and yeah, be careful always. Okay, right now we will talk about prompt engineering. So that's very important for developers, because prompt engineering, like, it can lead to more accurate answers, and very, very useful when you can formulate the prompts in a good way, and it won't give you surprised results if you formulate it like poorly or something like that. Of course, first recommendation is going to be for the ChatGPT to read their tutorial from OpenAI, and I think that's going to be one of the single source of truth about the prompt engineering. But the next recommendation is you need also to remember that you need to use a direct language and be clear, avoid some kind of unnecessary details as we speak like previously. Don't send irrelevant information, but send a context, like a background information that might be important for the chatbot. Give an examples if you want to give just copy and paste the code snippet if you're allowed to. And the next thing is just to do not forget about the constraints, like specify things that you would like it to avoid. For example, if you use in the Python code like specific function map zip or yeah, something like that, partial, I don't know. So that's just a small examples. I think, yeah, you can say, please use map or please use zip function for this problem. So a couple of examples for a good or bad prompt. And here is the middle column. You can see that's the reason why actually it is important. So speaking about clarity and specificity, so it's kind of like, that you need to specify and be just clear about what you are writing. So not just, simply generate a code for the website and ChatGPT is like, oh my God, I don't really understand what you want. I can do whatever you want. But if you say, please build an application, Python application using Flask that allows users to create, read, update, and delete articles. So be very clear about what you want from the chatbot. You can also provide step-by-step instructions. So not only like, generate CSS code, you can write that you can include something, add a call to action button, some consider using a flags box or grid. So that's also very important. You can also provide input or output examples. As we mentioned, examples are always a good idea. And you can say, so for example, there is a given input list and the output should be something like that. So that's going to be a very good idea. Do not forget about contextual information. We already mentioned that, but here is an example. So you can specify in the SQL query that you want, that you are having a sales table. It has specific columns, so that the ChatGPT or BART or Copilot will return for you the SQL query using specifically the sales table with mentioned columns. Okay. The next steps is going to be lacks of context. So you can't say like generate a code for machine learning. That's not really what chatbot will understand. But if you say about linear regression or I don't know, some XGBoost or like GBM, it can include your right code. And as you can see, you also can say that include the data preprocessing, model training, and evaluation steps. You can also, I think, to add here about the data set to use, the columns probably you have, maybe some details about, I don't know, metrics that you would like to work with, and etc. The next is going to be error details. And here I think the what needs to be mentioned is just that you need to specify what exactly you have. So not just fix this code, but specify that you have a type error, unsupported operand types, and etc. So speaking about level of details, you can say that not just explain OOP, but you can say explain me it with what I want exactly. Classes, object inheritance, polymorphism. You can also ask it to generate some maybe like examples for you to better understand the topic that you're asking for. And the last, it's going to be about specific technique. You can also say that not only optimizing this code, but you can say that instead of loops, please just use the NumPy library or NumPy arrays. So that's for me is going to be a priority to work with, not a loops. So that's a good snippet, or that's a good prompt. Okay. And my personal tips about Python prompts that I have understood so far. So you can specify the Python version. Yeah, for example, in your project, you use 3.9 and, like Python 3.12 is something like we have like kind of new operators in 3.10, for example. And you can specify the Python version so it won't generate for you like, the newer updates from the newer libraries, something like that. Yeah, use correct code snippets. I think you need to avoid where there is syntactically incorrect code. The third thing is that you can break it down, like you have like a big large task, and just think about how you can break it down to smaller parts, make it smaller prompts, a kind of a manageable prompt, so that it will be solved for you, but in steps. So that's also like I think the good recommendation. Also provide clear error messages. Just don't copy like one like kind of just one word or one line. Provide full error messages as much as you can that can be relevant for your debugging process. Also consider like libraries mentioning. So for example, as in the previous example, something like use NumPy or use pandas or use some kind of function specific or use this library or that. So that's we can save also the time for you and for the chatbot to answer. Okay, let's move to the next step and the next section. It's going to be about coding. Of course, every day, you, me, everybody, we code, and we all know that it's not very bad if we have like a code completion tool and it can suggest us with the code that we write. And first of all, one is, which is the most popular right now, it is GitHub Copilot. But the one disadvantage of it is the cost. It's not free, unfortunately, but it has a lot of features. So it can help you with the code completion, code suggestions, multi-language support. But yeah, one disadvantage is that it's not actually free. Okay, let's just look quickly on example. And let me just make it broader here, and let's go to the Copilot. Yeah, the website of it, and you can see just for you to get acquainted with how it's just working. Maybe you will take a look and you can actually buy it. So yeah, why not? But it's very interesting. As you can see, it can give you like generating for some kind of components. You can accept or discard it. Yeah, their AI tools, the GitHub Copilot is very, very powerful nowadays. Okay, the next is a free one. That's a good one actually, and we will be using it in our demo today. So that's Amazon CodeWhisperer, and that also has a lot of features, and it's not really bad as like as comparing to the Copilot. It also has code completion, code generation. One interesting feature is code translation, which also we will try today. And another one is security scan. We will also try it. And we can, I think, comparing to the Copilot, speaking about this, one is free. And it is actually like, a very beneficial for Amazon CodeWhisperer. Okay, the next one is Tabnine. That's also have like, as the ChatGPT, like free for individual users or paid plans for teams. And it's also the very important one. However, I've tried like, 90 days of it has like a free plan for 90 days, free paid plan, and that actually was good, to be honest. So maybe worth buying it as well. It can be integrated to the VS Code Studio. and also to the PyCharm. So I think, yeah, you can also look at the Tabnine, as well as for two different ones mentioned. I think that's easy to use. Yeah, free plan is available, but only for the one line code generation. But it also has like a code completion. Yeah, so it can be helpful for you as well. And one more thing here in this section, this is Replit. That's like, a very interesting multifunctional online platform. And I think that's can be suitable for you if you're doing like, maybe you're a pet project or you want to try something like, locally or something like that. Yeah, you can use Replit and you can even create here a kind of a database. It's like, online ID that is actually something like can help you with even interaction with database. Okay, let's go to the browser and yeah, let's just quickly look on the different ones. So that's the Amazon site, and you can see that's actually you can look on the different features for the Amazon CodeWhisperer here. You can see that this available in other EDS, not rather than VS Code or PyCharm. Yeah, that supports a lot of languages, I think up to 15 languages. And yeah, you can see it's all here. Yeah, if you're interested, yeah, just please visit the Amazon website. Speaking about the Tabnine, as I mentioned, it can be free. Yeah, let's see how it works, but it's also good, so it can help you with the writing. However, it's also like, paid for the pro version. You can see that it is like free for 90 days. I've used this kind of a version for 90 days just to try. It was incredible, to be honest. Good. I liked that one. And Pro, yeah, that's like after 90 days, it's just $12 per user per month. And yeah, if Enterprise wanted to buy it, it's like kind of $39. But using a basic, you can also use it because it can still do like a code completions for you, and community support. But I think CodeWhisperer will be a win-win here because it has more features. Okay, and let's go right now to the next section when we will try code live. So we will be using the CodeWhisperer. Let's first of all just understand what it is again. That's an AI-powered tool that help you with the code completion, that help you with the also scanning, with writing the code, offering suggestions, writing comments, and of course, it will save the time for you as for the developer. Yeah, so the features, as we've already mentioned, the multiple language support, CLI completions, natural languages and bash translations, security scanning. And yeah, you already seen this video, but just for the repeating, we can see that we are writing the comments. That's, by the way, like a JS language, just an example from the Amazon side, and it can generate for you a function. That's great. Okay. And now let's see what we can do. We can play around it within the two popular IDEs. It is VS Code or PyCharm. Speaking about one or another, I use both. And sometimes I really want to, for one project, I want to use the VS Code. For another project or find my own projects, I primarily use PyCharm, and we'll be demonstrating in both of them just to see how well it goes, and probably you will decide which one you prefer, and yeah, that's I think good idea. All right, adding the CodeWhisperer. So right now we will just demonstrate how to autocomplete the code, generate the comments, translate one from one language to another, and generate full functions and use security scan. Okay, let's go to the first of all the VS Code. You will notice here as already AWS sign, but definitely if you're using the VS Code, you already know how to find it. You'll go to the extensions here on the left side, just click on it, and here in the search bar, search for AWS Toolkit. you can see that you can, for my, right now I can uninstall it, but you will see the button install and you can start using that. However, sometimes if you go to the this left, after you install it, it will be appearing for you. Don't worry about this. So when you installed this one, you will notice different section here, and we will be interested in CodeWhisperer there. However, I will tell you a little bit about Amazon Q. That's also interesting. So let's see, you will notice that here can be a pause or unpause. Right now it's working, so I can pause it if I don't want any suggestions. And I think that when you have it, you will need to run it. And after that, you need to log in and you need to create Amazon. Let's try to resume it. Yeah, and you will need to create a kind of the the AWS account. And I think, yeah, that's just very important because otherwise you won't work it, but it's free. Don't worry, it won't charge from you any money. So don't worry about this. And yeah. And speaking about the PyCharm, to find it within the PyCharm, you need to go to the settings. And after that, you will see the plugins there, and you can search again for the AWS toolkit. It will be the button for you again, the install there as for all others plugins there, and you will also install it, and it's also going to be available for you. And here as well, as you see on the left side, it is going to be here at the toolkit, and you will see that you can also do the same thing as the VS Code, pause after suggestions, or just, unpause it. So, okay, let's try right now to play with it around. So I think that let's try to autocomplete the code. And let's just see what it can do. Sometimes you need to learn for a couple of seconds for it to finish it, but as you see, it's suggesting me the print that bird. So first of all, let me just go through the code quickly. So we had a class called bird, we had a constructor for this, and we have the one method called fly, and we have another one that called swim. And as you see with the gray one, it can recommend you, and sometimes it can recommend you more than one suggestion. For us, it can be 3, 5, and etc. And you can click on the next if it recommends for you any other suggestions. To accept it, yeah, we just click on the tab, and let's see what it can also recommend here for me. So the bird can eat. The bird can eat. It helps me with that. Now let's see what it can recommend me outside of the class. Yeah, so it recommends me to create another class called penguin. And as you see, it's also doing for me almost the same things. Yeah, so it's changing the fly, changing the swim, changing the eat from the base class. So as you can see, yeah, that's can generate for me this one. So yeah, as you can see, let's see what it can recommend. So it's pretty good in doing the, yeah, so it's also recommended me another class called duck. But if I want to, for example, I don't know, if maybe name, let's see if it can do this. Not good at it, but okay. So yeah, speaking about multi-line, it can do this. Speaking about one line, it also can do this. So doing pretty good. Let's now compare to the PyCharm. Okay, so now we have kind of the same class bird here, and see how it's working in the PyCharm. Okay, so here you can see that visually it's a little bit different. And let's see, it just making me just additional enter here. So yeah, let's insert this code. Yeah, it's doing kind of the same pass, but what if I want to remove this pass? Okay, so yeah, now it can say that bird can swim. All right, let's see what it can recommend me outside the class. Yeah. So no, it's still recommending me this, but what if I do, yeah, so here it can recommend me, as you see, like creation of the instance of the class. Yeah, and it's doing this. Okay, let's see one more. Yeah, so no CodeWhisperer recommendation right now, but yeah, that's still good. All right. Let's continue within the PyCharm, but I think, yeah, visually it's going to be the same as for the VS Code. So the second thing is, let's generate a code comments. Yeah, for the code comments, you already know that's it's just this sign, and for the Python, and you can calculate, yeah, it suggested me to calculate the area of rectangle. That's actually right. I will, yeah, accept it, and also accept this one. So yeah, pretty good so far. I'm not writing the comments myself, which is, I don't really like, typing around here, but yeah, good thing that it can recommend me this. And one more thing. Yeah, that was quick, to be honest. Let's see. I asked to rewrite the function above with comments and annotations. Let's see. Yeah, and I will accept this one, and you can see that it's gave me a documentation here, and also since I asked annotations, this also provided the annotations as float, and return type is a float as well. That's great, because sometimes we also, like, a little bit lazy to write those docs here for each function. But yeah, that's cool that it can do this for us. And no need right now to type a lot of lines of the code ourselves. Good. Okay, now let's try to go to the next section when we are going to translating the code and from one language to another. Let's just uncomment this one. We just have a simply double function that just doubles our x input. And we can actually do this. Oh, sorry, that's not it. Okay, let's try translate. Let's see, can it do this or no? Because actually, let's see. Yeah, that's not good at it, because the one, like, tip here, if you have the .py file, it is understanding that's actually I need to write the Python code here, so it's actually not suggesting me, right? So to do this, like, from Python to C#, you need to create another .cs file, like a C# file, put the Python code there and translate it there. But we will do a little bit different thing here. We just have like, the Java code, and we will translate. Let's do like this, still comment out. And we will do like this. Translate this GCD code from Java to Python. And now it will be able to do this. Let's see. Yep, insert the code. Yep, good. So right now it was able to translate the code from the Java to the Python file. But you see, it's can't do this from the Python to C#. And the hint is you are not in the CS file, C# file, I mean. It can do only the Python codes here because it understands that I should write in Python. So doing this from Java to Python is okay, but from from Python to C#, you need to move to another kind of a file and try to do this there. All right. Now let's go to the generating let's a little bit skip this section. That's going to be the next. But let's try to generate complete function. So we will have a function that's kind of like a very, very big description here. So I want to create a function that calculates the grade, and something like I've wrote, kind of requirements, what I want. And let's see whether it's able to generate it. So, sometimes it can generate you line by line, but sometimes it's kind of the thing that it can generate you a whole function. That's good. All right. as you see, I specified that I use zip and some function, but if I just remove it, how it can do? Interesting. Let's see what it can do. Comment for me. Generate calculate rate. Let's see, insert code. Yeah, so that's a different situation here. As you see, it's not doing it with the sum or zip, but it's doing it with the simply just a for loop. That's not bad, but yeah, still, if you haven't specified the details about what you want, it will generate as it wanted to do. Okay, the next thing is going to be using security scan. And that's also very interesting because I will just show you how it works. You need to go on the left side here and run security scan on your file. And I think that it's not want me. Oh, okay. Yeah, just double click. So it's scanning the active file and its dependencies. I can stop. I think it takes like, a minute or two, maybe, yeah, 30 seconds up to 1 minute. Yeah, and it will give us the results, yeah, like after that. And it's saying that one file was scanned. I don't think it's any problems there, right? But what if we, for example, I don't know, remove something or add something, maybe just some kind of, I don't know, let's try kind of uncomment to this function, which is using like a regular expression, and do not import the regular expression library. And let's just do security one more time. So maybe it's just understand that you have actually a problem there. And I think, yeah, it will able to catch it. So let's wait for 1 more second. Speaking about VS Code, you can also like run security scan here as well. Yeah, it's scanning the active file and its dependencies. Let's see how this one will be showing here. And okay, it's saying that's the one issue. Yeah, but yeah, it is saying about an official regular expression. Yeah, it's not actually good. You need to rewrite it, it's not efficient, and etc. However, it was not able to catch this RE library, regular expression library, but in the VS Code, it actually see that it's not defined. Well, yeah, as you can see, yeah, pretty much difference here from this to that. Maybe because it's, like automatically like red. So it's, for us, it's anyway going to be an error and we will definitely move it. And it's like, kind of a warning mark here. So for us, just scan for the security vulnerabilities. Yep. Okay, returning back to the presentation. So we've done auto-completing the code, we generated the code prompts, we've translated from one language to another, we generated complete function, and we use security scan. And of course, what we can do, we can generate a test case because we also write in the sometimes unit test for our code. And let's see what we can do right now. Okay. Let's return import regular expression. And let's see what it can do here. Okay. All right, no suggestion, but maybe that's because of some other issue. Let's try in VS Code. Yeah, so, okay, generated test cases. It can generate me some kind of like, written test cases. Let's see. What if I want to move down a little bit? Actually, I will also import regular expression here as well. And let's see what it can do for me. Okay, what if I help it with import unit test? Yeah. So a little bit of help here, you know, for this guy. So yeah, now it will be able to generate something for me. All right, let's see. Oops, I just one more time because I accidentally just moved down. Okay, I accept it with a tab. Anyway, not bad. Generating for me something is invalid email. Okay. All right. Let's see. One more thing. Okay, accept valid email type. Okay, so yeah, something like that. There's a lot of the text here, a lot of the code here, but yeah, let's see what we can do. We can remove this, I think. Yeah, it's just continuing me to generating a lot and a lot of examples. Okay, if name main, yep. Yeah, so pretty much it. Yeah, we can try to launch it maybe and see. And let's just move it. Okay, yeah, so the bad thing is that I actually have here two files with .py, and it's pretty like kind of the same files. So yeah, don't be messy around with this. Yeah, all right. Let's go to the next section. And one thing I would like to recommend for you here is a Snyk. I think that's very good for you if you have like a GitHub repo or any other repo. This can help you with the kind of, you know, looking at dependencies or vulnerabilities of your repo. So for example, I have like my own repos there, and you can see that I can import it and scan and etc. And for example, let's try to use it. So you can go to the Snyk website, you can log in there, or you can sign up here with your own credentials. Okay, let's use a GitHub as the next steps, then the next steps, then authenticate GitHub. Let's see. And you will be able to see like my name and my projects. And let's see, import and scan, what it can do for me. Okay, so let's click on this. Yeah, so looks like no vulnerabilities there. Let's try to maybe kind of this one, import and scan. Okay, integrations. Oh, sorry, projects. Okay, so yeah, it should be like, you know, after it's scanning, it should be like here, any other vulnerabilities there. For example, I've tried with some other repo, and it was showing me that I was using the library, and this library was something like, you know, the critical issue was that it can't, it's not the right version of the library. However, now I'm not able to scan your first project to see any other vulnerabilities there. So, okay, let's try to do, I don't know, maybe segmentation. You want to test, add selected repos. And let's see. Yes, still nothing. Yeah, because it should be there. Let's just hover it. Yeah, so it should be like, in the critical issues, in high issues, in medium issues, and low issues. And after that, when it's done with the scanning here, it will like suggest for you to create the pull request to fix this issue. So that's also a great idea. Okay. All right, let's go next. Yeah, because we have a little bit of limited time there. And speaking about different AI APIs that you want to use, so that's another section. First of all, I would just like to like a little bit move deeply of the AI APIs, because AI APIs is very important if you want to integrate kind of or ChatGPT or OpenAI. Yeah, that's the same thing, but or any other AI tools. For example, if you want to create the chatbot for you in your website, or you can add the video analysis or images analysis, or just understand and generate any human language, or add some kind of text summarization. So that's where AI APIs in your work as a developer will come into. Some quick examples, that's going to be like OpenAI, Google Cloud AI, IBM Watson, Clarify, and AWS and Azure Cognitive Services. The bad thing is that's actually all of them like kind of not free. So you need to pay for all of them. However, there are a lot of other services that can help you to avoid avoid using them, but use kind of almost the same. That's one as an example. This will be like speaking about Google AI, that's BART, because BART API is available, and there are already like Python libraries that can help you to include BART AI API into your like website or just an application. And also you need to consider using Hugging Face, which is also the hub of varieties of different AI knowledges, from text generation to, I don't know, generation of the images or videos, and a lot of models. They are free to use because developers itself can upload them to this Hugging Face service. Yeah, but you can also consider Hugging Face and BART AI API as a free one tools. Okay, speaking about the documentation, I think that's the writing documentation for nowadays is also like, very important and like a vital part. And right now, I think kind of the most important one can be like a ChatGPT or BART. Let's again try to kind of copy and paste this prompt to see what actually for us can be generated by ChatGPT, BART, and Copilot. All right, I think the best thing is going to be to create a new one, and that's going to be here. And I think let's just paste one of the code. Maybe let's see what we can do. Or from this. Okay, let's do from the calculate grade. Generate comprehensive conference page on the topic of the automation and generating student scores. Include well-organized section like introduction, overview, implementation of details, code snippet, usage instructions, and conclusion. And I will mention use this code snippet and just paste it here. And let's see what it can do. And the same thing we will just ask the Bard. However, I would like also to have a new one. And for the Microsoft Copilot, let's also ask the same. All right, let's see what ChatGPT already answered. Okay, so it gave me kind of an overview, introduction, the code snippets, usage instructions. Yeah, so something like that it was able to do. The same thing is obviously generated by Copilot because that's a ChatGPT. And actually, Bard, you see, that's not able to do this. I can't assist you with that as I'm on the language model, don't have the capacity to understand and respond. And maybe that's because of the, I'm sorry, that's because of the length of the prompt. We can remove the code snippet. And let's see whether it's able to do this. Okay, so something like that, it was able to do this. Yeah. However, and even I think, yeah, that's also took the previous response of mine. And from the second chance, it was able to do this. That's at least good. Yeah. So now you can copy and paste this, for example, to your Confluence. And yeah, that's going to be amazing. Okay. And I think I've just noticed about the Snyk or Snyk that it was able to do something for me. Yep, exactly. So as you see here, it was like 5 minutes ago, so we needed a time. It is the very important or like crucial thing here, critical issue there in the requirements. And let's see. So yeah, that's, the problem is that I have this OpenCV Python library and it's want me to use 4.8 because it looks like it's kind of more secure. And as you can see, we can fix this vulnerability. And it, as I mentioned already, this will be creating for me a pull request. Yeah, so we also need to take a little bit of time, but yeah, it will able to fix it. And let's go back to the projects. As you see, it's just going to be as a helper for you here. So something wrong, it can scan it and it can just give it attention to it. And yeah, so will be very, very helpful tool. All right. And to the last but not least section, that's about your learning. That's one of the most interesting things for me, to be honest, because that's when you can look at different extensions. And I would definitely recommend for you a Monica. This is an extension that you can add to the Chrome, if you use Chrome, of course. And that's all in one, to be honest, because it even has very, very good rating of 4.9 out of 5 and already a million users using that. So that's a thing that can really help you. Let's go to the browser one more time and I will just show you what it is. So, for example, if you go to something like, I don't know, Copilot, or I don't know, just Google something within this. So let's do just docs, that something copy and just paste in Google. Let's see. So it is here and you can quickly ask it to respond something to ask the Monica. It will generate for you very, very quick response. You don't need to go to the ChatGPT. It's working on it. So it's actually doing, it's like, ChatGPT, but on the same way you're Googling. So you can continue in the chat and ask it. It can use chat with the images, chat with PDFs, even screenshot. Like, you can copy the screenshot and look in the chat and ask something. So that's very interesting. Of course, it's in the extensions and that's the Monica here. However, you can go to the, like, manage extensions into the all Chrome extensions, and you can see that, let's go to this one, that it has a lot of features. So first of all, you can do the just as simply as a chatbot. Inside of it, it's like engaging with different bots at the same time. It has like a prompting library up to minutes, so real internet data in real time, it is using that. Voice capability, it can chat with PDF, chat with an image, YouTube recap. And if you go to this video, you will able to see that it can also generate for you a summary. It can summarize the video. You can look on the highlights and you can share the summary. You can copy and you can send it to your friends. And for example, let's paste it in the browser and your friend will be able to see something like that with highlighting here. So that's very powerful extension, I would say. Yeah, speaking about the Monica, I think you will also be able to look at the chat itself because it also has its own chat. But as you, yeah, that's in Ukrainian, but probably, yeah, I think I need to localize it. Yeah, let's go to English here. And let's see. It also has a paid version, but free version is also very good. It also has OCR, PDF, TPTD, and etc. Resume tracker, resume scanner, kind of image tools, AI tools. So you can translate even art, like a DALL-E model, you know that probably. Yeah. So yeah, again, chat, write something, search something, or discover, write, composing something, replying, grammar. So that's good. Of course, you can search by other. Yeah, this Monica summarizer, we already viewed it. And we can look on the other YouTube summarizer. Just look on the video summarizer there. You can try it as well. For example, I tried NoteGPT as well and YouTube summary. That's also good. Let's look quickly here. That's the one of them. You will also be able to see that's actually, it's doing some kind of notes there. Yeah, summary. So, yep. Okay. And next thing is, yeah, Notion AI. That's also very powerful. You can look on the different like kind of things here on the screenshot that it's like, you know, suggesting you some summaries again for the sprint and etc. Consensus one is very interesting because it's analyzing the research papers. For example, you can ask, does Flask better than Django? And it can answer for you. Okay, so I analyzed 6 papers, and some studies suggest that Django is better for the web development due to its efficiency and versatility, whether others say that Flask is better. So how to use it? You can go to the Consensus app website and just ask any question. So that's also free to use. And not only about, like, you know, IT, Python, etc., any other medicine, supplements, and etc. That's very important for you. Is black tea healthy, for example? Yeah, you need to continue with Google or Facebook. You just log in within this and quickly we'll get an answer. Yeah, let's see. Is black tea healthy? Yes, been analyzing a couple of researches. So, okay, we will skip this one, but okay. If you want to study, yeah, there's also paid version for this, like credits and etc. Black tea, helpful or harmful, and you will be able to see all different kind of researches. So, yep. Okay, and I think, yeah, that's all from my side. I think we can go to the Q&A session.
Yeah, okay, so then we shall go straight to that. Thank you so much for so many like insights and helpful topics. For the questions that were sent to us beforehand with the registration form, one of them is please describe free of charge and paid tools for backend developers. I think we've covered that pretty much. What do you
Yeah,
think?
yeah.
Quite an interesting question. Can AI help societies become more sustainable? What do you think?
Um, yeah, that's a question probably of the whether it can help us, and I think it can help us, like, it's kind of a very powerful tool in terms of like helping societies to become more sustainable. So AI can analyze like vast amounts of data and help kind of resource management, supply chains, and etc. And this can be led to like recommendations for the people for maybe that can be like a recommendation that you can do this with your energy. You can like manage your energy this way, and etc. So they can kind of recommend something. This is the first thing. The second one, they can optimize the integration of different energy systems, like solar, wind. They can be very, very good friends in terms of like predicting weather patterns or different transitions, like maybe wind changes. Uh, of course, it also can be an addition to the agriculture. For example, when we are raising something, or like watering, or helping, like, I don't know. So it's kind of helping. The AI can help with the farming and etc. And also with, like, the smart cities. That's also the very popular and interesting topic, like adding the efficient, maybe efficiency in the energy building, or I don't know, making cities more sustainable at the same time, managing traffic jams, so something like that.
Wow, that's a lot of great ideas. Thank you. The next question, how to practice Python, maybe again using the AI tools you've mentioned, how they can
Uh,
help you.
Yeah, so I think that's Python is just very beneficial language. It's easy to use. Yeah, that's very good for newcomers to the IT world. But I think to practice Python, first of all, I would say, like, again, using AI tools will be good if you're looking at the videos, and well, when you're observing the videos, you notice that the video is always like something that is longer than reading. And I would recommend to, if you look on the video, also use the kind of video summarizer for it to summarize and create, like, the kind of text snippets for you. And it can also be helpful when you're studying. And I think practicing Python is just adding more Python into your life, videos, tutorials, AI tools, such as, for example, you can ask ChatGPT or Bart, please generate me some Python tasks for me to practice. And you can also ask ChatGPT to check it for you. Is it right or wrong? Whether it's efficient or not.
Okay, thank you. From your experience, is Python comfortable for game development?
Right now, I think that there are also a lot of like languages that can be also used, but Python in game development is very, mm, very not new, but I think very innovative. Yeah, innovative, because all of this AI things in like AI integrations. So, for example, kind of like new dynamic environments, or those AI things, or like AI. Decision making, for example. So if you want to go to the one side or another side, that involves AI into the gaming. And in terms of AI in the gaming, we definitely need to use Python. Yeah, plus also like a C++ we can do. But in like virtual reality, in augmented reality, it's still Python. And Python is also good for like a puzzle games, role-playing games. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's great. And the question from the same person, is there multiple inheritance in Python?
Yes, there is multiple inheritance in Python.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two last questions. I think, again, you partially or fully answered them. So like Python benefits and also AI for data analytics. Do you have anything more to add?
Yeah, I think for the AI in data analytics, it's also data analysts using kind of a Tableau and Power BIs. And I'm sure that in such tools, for example, in Power BI, that's also can be like it's Microsoft product, and it calls within this, it can also be integrated as Copilot chatbot. That's one thing, and I think that Tableau also can has some kind of AI within AI tools within this, some like AI maybe generations of this. So yeah, but still continue using the chatbots that would also help you to work as the AI like data analysts. Yeah, so I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. And now we shall move to the questions from the live chat. So one of the questions when you were showing the examples of three, like two chatbots and also Copilot, as far as I remember, the question was, is Python knowledge a necessary to work with them, for example, for coding experience or coding advices?
What do you mean? So like overall, is the Python important if we ask something about coding, something like that?
Probably, because the question is Python knowledge necessary?
Not really, I think. If you can do this with a pseudocode, that's also okay. So all of those chatbots, they understand all languages. So that's not a problem, I think.
Thank you. The next question is, what about POE? I'm not sure I'm saying that correctly. So POE. Do you know something about that?
I'm not sure. POE.
Maybe
That's
it's
an
the name.
AI tool?
Probably. I'm also not so
Oh,
sure.
yeah, that's AI tool, but I never heard about that. So I think, yeah, that's also kind of the same platform. And I think, yeah, there's going to be home tasks for all our students that joined to read more about Poe. But I think, yeah, that's, as I remember, yeah, one beneficial thing, mm, that's probably like a Monica, as far as I understood. So Monica is also like a tool of having all chatbots in one. And as far as I see, the SPO is having the mobile app. That's good. Yeah. I need to explore this one. Yeah, thanks guys so much.
Okay, the next question is, may you please compare the API cost and integration abilities? And can you provide some examples of the API using from your personal experience?
Yes. So I think that's probably we don't have like enough time to go through each of them and speak about each prices, but I think the best thing going to be for you is just overall. So speaking about OpenAI, it has, I don't really remember how many, but it has a limited amount of free queries it can do. This is the first thing. I don't really remember the prices because whether I use it, it's all on the organizational shoulders. I'm not like paying for that. So yeah, so Google Cloud, as far as I remember, it has $300 for the free use. No matter which services you're using, you just have $300. You can use all of them. So you are limited up to that. But speaking about Google Cloud, I think you can... Google Cloud. You can go to its website again. Yeah, and go to the pricing. I think each of them has just a pricing a section there and pricing calculator as well. Yeah, so you can actually, I don't know, for example, let's do NLP, something like that. Natural language there, and you will see that this section is also continue pricing, And there is a natural language API. I think it's able to recognize different entities like people, names, and etc. Let's go to the pricing. And you will able to see, yeah, that's per character unit, 1,000 character unit. So for example, if you put to this API 1,000 characters, you will paste, you will, yeah, that's free for first 5K per month. But if you do more than 5K, it's going to be like this price for entity analysis, for sentiment analysis, for syntax analysis, for entity sentiment. And there's different prices here. And this is the logic where you can go, like, to Google any others, and definitely all of them has a pricing section. And yeah, so that's the logic how you can go. From my personal experience, I've been using the this API, Cloud Natural Language API. And also from my project, I've been using the my personal ones. It was OpenAI API, the just up to free version, up to had like free tokens there. And I was also using like the Google Clouds one. It's called like a Vertex API. Vertex. Yeah, Vertex AI. That was also interesting, and it allows you to work with the different machine learning models. And yeah, that's also pricing here, but also depending on what exactly you want. If it is images, it can be like a little bit expensive. But yeah, I was using that for the text mostly. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you. And the last question, what about JetBrains AI in PyCharm? Did you use it? What's your experience?
No, unfortunately, I haven't used that. But yeah, I think that's also powerful tool, JetBrains. But I mean, that's kind of that's for the that's like a collaboration of the different platforms, and we've used the I mean, I've used, of course, I use the PyCharm, but all others I haven't. Oh, okay, let's go back. This is the PyCharm, yeah, but all others I haven't used, only the PyCharm. And yeah, what was the question again?
What about this JetBrains AI, and what's your experience?
JetBrains AI. Okay, so no, I haven't used. Yeah, I see it right now. Sorry, that was a mistake a little bit. No, haven't used. But also very interesting. Yeah, thanks for the recommendation as well.
Okay.
There
Okay,
are a lot
so
of tools. Yeah.
that's great that we have this exchange of like tools from you
Yeah.
to the audience and like back. And for this, I think we can end the discussion. Viktoria, thank you so much for presenting such a broad topic and giving so many insights and advices and examples. And to all of you who attended and been with us, and also separate thanks for asking these questions. And I hope you enjoyed the webinar. The recording of the webinar, as well as the presentation Viktoria used, will be sent to you to your emails, the one that you specified in the registration form, in like upcoming days. So again, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day or evening, and see you the next time on the educational events at Beetroot Academy. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you.
Так, все.